Today we have Roman as a guest. Roman is from One More Time Games, and he's a board game publisher. And today we're going to talk about the newest game called Riftforce, because it's going to launch on Kickstarter today, September 1st. And Roman's going to explain the game to us today. So welcome, Roman.
Hello, thanks for having me. Yeah.
Yes.
So Riftforce is our first game in our publishing company, One More Time Games. It's by Carlo Bortolini, who you might know from Memoir, and a cool memory game. And it's illustrated by Miguel Coimbra. Yeah. And we have a very, very nice artwork here from him. It's for 2 players. It plays about half an hour, and it's from ages 10 plus up. Yeah. In the game, we are leading an alliance of different guilds. So we have summoners that can control elementals, and the goal of the game is to reach the most Riftforce in the game by destroying your opponent's elementals or by controlling locations. So I'm going to tell you a little bit more about Riftforce. The story behind Riftforce is that these rifts are appearing in the world. They break open the ground, and from this ground there is this Riftforce emanating, and this is also this is animating the nature itself. So we have elementals here and guilds that control these elementals. And in the beginning of the game, you will choose 4 of these unique guilds. Each elemental and each guild has their own special ability, of course. And when you choose a guild, you will get all of their cards, and they have the same number distribution. So you have 2 cards with a 7, 3 cards with a 6, and 4 cards with a 5. And the number on the card is also at the same time their life point value. All elementals of the same guild have the same ability. So for example, the ice can attack the last enemy at a location, and when the enemy is already damaged, then they do massive damage. They do a lot of damage. Normally you would draft the teams together, so you would have 4 guilds in your team. I already prepared that so that you don't have to see me shuffling on the video. So I prepared the 4 guilds that I want to take. So I chose the Light Guild, the Air Guild, the Plant Guild, and the Crystal Guild. And then I take all their cards and shuffle them together to form a 36 card deck. I will make some space here so you can see them better. What you will do is you will draw 7 cards in the beginning of the game. And my starting hand could look like this, for example. This could be my starting hand. And on my turn, what I can do is I can play cards. I can activate cards that are already played, or I can, if I have less than 7 cards, draw back up to 7, and then also try to control these locations. When I want to play cards, I can play 3 cards, either of the same number or of the same color, of the same symbol, the same guild. So, for example, I could play the 3 air cards here, or I could play 3 5s. So let's maybe do that. Let's play 2 plants and a crystal, and then I can freely choose where I want to place them. Either place them in a line next to each other without leaving any gaps, or I can place all of them in one location to be very strong at one of the locations.
Can you choose in which order you want to play them at a location?
Yes, you can freely choose where you want, in which order you want to place them if you play all of them. If there are already cards in one location, you just place them on top. Yeah. Then it would be the other player's turn. We can place some dummy cards here. Oh no, these are my cards. Sorry, the wrong deck. We can place some dummy cards from other guilds here, because when you decide to take a guild, only you have access to that guild. Yeah? The second action you can choose on your turn is, you always only choose one action, but what you could do is you could throw away one of your cards, discard it to the discard pile, and then you can activate up to 3 cards with the same number. So I could activate all my 3 5s now, or 3 crystals in this case. So of course I would want to activate the 3 5s here now. And what I can do is I can freely choose, no matter where they are, they don't have to be located adjacent to each other, in which order I want to activate them. For example, the crystal is very strong, but it also has a great risk for me, because if my opponent destroys it, he gets 2 points instead of 1. And when we execute the action, we just place the damage. The crystal does 4 damage to the first enemy. We just place the damage tokens on top. Once there is enough damage on the card that's the same as the number, then it just gets discarded and I gain 1 of the Riftforce points for which I'm fighting. And then I could continue with the plants. The plants can attack on adjacent locations. So here I could attack the lightning and pull it to my to the location of the plant, and also add 2 more damage, which is more than enough to destroy the card. It goes to the discard pile, and I can get 1 Riftforce, and I'm 1 step closer to victory already. The last action that I can take is I can refill my hand up to 7 cards to the starting hand size. And when I do that, at the same time, I also check if I control locations. I control a location if I have a card there, and on the opposite side there are no cards. So here there is I don't control the land because there's an enemy card, but here I have 2 locations that I control, and I would gain 2 Riftforce. Yes. On the opposite side, there's also a card, but only when I choose the action, only I can gain Riftforce for the action, and not my opponent. He has to choose for himself that action. And these are basically all the actions. What is important is that every game you can try new synergies by this drafting of your guilds, and if I'm just changing one of the guilds, I have already a very different feel of the game. Yeah.
I see the Riftforce goes up to 12. Does it mean that you win the game once you reach 12 Riftforce?
Yes, when you go up to 12, then we will conclude the round. So both players get the same amount of actions. If there should be a tie at 12, then we just keep on going and doing encore rounds, both players getting 1 additional action until the tie is broken. Yeah, and whoever has then the most Riftforce is the winner of the game.
Yeah, thank you so much for explaining the game to us today. So the game is going to launch today on Kickstarter. We're going to post the link in the description. So hop on over to the Kickstarter. Until when is Kickstarter running?
The Kickstarter runs until the end of September, but let's get over here today.
Yes. So
let's get it funded on day 1.
Of course, yes. So if you want to support Roman in his very first game, hop on over and go back the game, because it's really fun to